Hi guys, it's Grace here again to give you a bit more information about my weight loss journey in the hope that it will be able to help some of you with yours. Okay, let's get straight into it. Today I want to talk about my fitness journey, my exercise journey. And before I go into showing you what that looks like, I want to again say that for me, I truly believe that it is your nutrition first and foremost that will determine the outcome of your weight loss journey. I really believe that changing your daily habits in relation to your nutrition is what will make the vast majority of difference in the progress of your weight loss journey. So I just want to make that really clear before I start talking about my fitness journey, even though my fitness journey has also had a very significant impact on my progress. So I think many of you will have watched my walking for weight loss video, and I really appreciate anybody who has watched it. And if you haven't had an opportunity to watch it, I will put a link in the description box so you can go ahead and watch it, and I may even put one on the screen so you can go ahead and go and have a look. And I would like to say that at the beginning of my journey, I knew that I wanted to increase my level of activity. I knew that any long-term sustainable weight loss journey was going to mean that I would need to change my daily habits, including my level of activity, because I had to admit to myself that I was a very sedentary person before I started this weight loss journey. So I knew that I wasn't going to be prepared to start doing very strenuous exercise, and I chose walking as my main form of exercise. And the video that I tend to show at the beginning of my videos where I'm showing you my transformation, that transformation was achieved primarily through nutrition changes and walking. So, I'm really pleased that I'm able to show that changes in your activity, changes in your levels of exercise don't necessarily have to be going to the gym 5 days a week or taking up some kind of strenuous sport in order to help you towards your fat loss goals. It can really be as simple as upping your step count and getting out there and walking. And that is exactly what I went ahead and did. But at some point within my journey, I had realized that although my body was getting smaller, I still felt that my body felt quite jiggly. It felt quite soft. And I had to go back to my research and find out that if I wanted my body to have shape, if I wanted to sculpt my body in any way, then that was going to need me to go ahead and start doing some sort of resistance training, some sort of weight training. And I didn't initially decide to do that when I started my weight loss journey, because I knew that I would be making so many changes in terms of my nutrition and trying to make walking part of my routine. I didn't want to overwhelm myself. But once I had lost quite a significant amount of weight, I realized that I needed to now add in the weight training so that my body could begin to look more like what I wanted it to. And also, I was fully aware that I wanted to build muscle in order to make sure that I could future-proof my weight loss in a way, because I know that, and I found that muscle is metabolically active, and that just means that it burns more calories at rest. I knew that the more lean muscle I had on my body, the more calories I would be burning even when I wasn't doing anything. And that to me sounded like a good idea because, as you may know if you've watched any of my previous videos, I like food and I like to eat large quantities of food. And I didn't ever want to be in a position that once I had reached my goal weight, I was finding that I was only eating a small amount of food. That has never been the plan. And I wanted to do everything that I could to make sure that I would have the opportunity to eat more. And I knew that building a large amount of lean muscle would allow me to do that. So in December of 2022, I decided to start incorporating some weight training into my routine. Again, as I've said so many times in my previous videos, I have always wanted to be gentle with my body. I really wanted this weight loss journey to be completely different to the ones that I had done previously, in that I was acknowledging to myself that I was making a change that I wanted to be a full and complete lifestyle change and something that I could take with me into the future. And I knew that if I incorporated the weight training in a way that helped me to be consistent and in a way that would be sustainable, then it was more likely that I would be able to keep it up. So I decided that I was going to do this weight training 2 days a week. And that is what I have been working to stay consistent with since I started. So I had gone onto the internet, as you do, to do some research about weight training, beginner weight training, what were the most effective exercises, what would help me to build lean muscle the quickest, and so on. And I came to the conclusion through that research that compound movements would be the best place for me to start. So I then watched numerous YouTube videos, read numerous websites about compound movements, and I essentially built a program for myself of a number of exercises that I was going to do. I knew I wanted to do full body because I'm only doing the weight training 2 days a week. I knew that I wanted to do a full body weight training session for each of those 2 days. So I was looking for compound movements that were going to allow me to do that. And so if you're probably seeing now, I'm playing you my workout routine. But what I do is I start each session with a warm-up. It's a 5-minute warm-up from the channel The Lady Mad Fit. And I do that each time I do my weight training before I start, so that I can warm up my muscles and try to prevent injury. And then I move into my compound movements. And the first of my compound movements is a squat. I did initially think that I might start off with body weight squats, but I eventually decided that I wanted to incorporate some weight into the squat. And I started off really slow. I have 2 kg dumbbells that I initially bought to do these squats. But I soon realized that actually I was stronger than I thought. And I think most people are probably stronger than they think because, you know, we go to the supermarket, we're carrying heavy shopping, we're carrying children, We do some sort of manual lifting day to day, and probably don't realize that we do already have some level of strength. So I quickly realized that the 2 kg was too light. So then I moved on to 4 kg weights to do my squats. And I am now currently lifting 8 kg dumbbells for my squats. But this has taken me up to now. And as I say, I started in December of 2022. So my first exercise is squats, and I do 3 sets of 16. I used to do 3 sets of 12, but I was finding that I was doing that quite easily and I wanted to push myself. So I increased my reps slightly, and I'm finding that that is pushing me much more. So I will continue to do the 3 sets of 16 until I feel that that has also become quite easy. And then I move into doing my dumbbell deadlifts. Now, this is an exercise where I'm still really, I feel like I'm trying to work on my form on all of the exercises that I do. So as you are going through this video and looking at my form, please understand that I am a complete newbie to weight training. I have never done it before, and I am learning as I go. I'm concentrating on trying to be consistent, and I'm concentrating on trying to perfect my form. And those are my sort of main goals at the moment in terms of how I go about doing the weight training. I mean, I've already seen such a difference in my level of muscle, especially in my arms. I have like such a funny experience of the muscles in my abdomen, because I remember when I first decided that I was going to try and do weight training, and I was trying to hold in my stomach, and I felt like my stomach was just not moving. And I realized that throughout my life, I've never really tried to hold in my stomach. So it was almost like my abs wouldn't speak to me. Like I was calling on them to sort of come in, and they were like, who are you? We've never met you. Why are you trying to get us to do something? But it's incredible how over just a few months that I've been doing the weight training, I can already feel the difference in my abdomen. I can already feel the difference in the control that I have over those muscles. And I'm just working on being consistent and working on my form so that I can increase the results that I'm seeing. So yeah, so this deadlift move is definitely one that I need to work on, just because I feel like I have been able to increase the weight. I was initially doing it with the 4 kg, then moved from the 8 kg, and now I'm doing 12 kg. But I feel like it's so important to do your deadlifts with the correct form, because if you don't, you can start to feel the movement in your back, and that's definitely not something that I want to do. So it's definitely a work in progress. So once I've done my deadlifts, I then move on to these reverse lunges. And again, I'm sure some of you are going to have something to say about my form. But again, I am a newbie to weight training, and I am doing my best to perfect my form and doing my best to keep up being consistent. And I know that I will continue to improve. And so for these reverse lunges, I am currently doing them weighted with the 8 kg weights, and I do 3 sets of 16 again. And I find this move quite challenging, to be honest. It has made me see that I need to improve my balance, that I need to improve my overall flexibility, And I feel like the weight training in general has really helped me to become more in tune with my body and to really focus on that mind muscle connection, so that I just overall have a better awareness of how my body feels, how I am using my muscles and where my muscles are in my body. Because to be honest, as I said before, I was really a sedentary person before, and so I never really thought about my muscles. I never really took the time to try to improve my flexibility, my fitness levels. But now that I am quite enjoying the process, and I'm quite enjoying being more aware of my body and how it feels. So once I finish the reverse lunges, I move on to the sort of upper body element of my workout, and I start it with these sort of half push-ups. I don't know what the correct term is, but they're done on my knees. I did initially try to do push-ups that were done in a sort of full plank mode, but I just did not have the upper body strength or the core strength to be able to do them with the correct form. So I am persevering with the push-ups from the knee position. And, I believe that my strength and my conditioning is improving all the time. So I hope that, in another 6 months' time, in another year's time, I will be able to progress to a full push-up and be able to do sets. But if you want to see that progress, you'll have to subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the update of how that goes. Yeah, so I do push-ups, and then I go to doing my bent over rows with the dumbbells. I use both the 12 kg and the 8 kg for this. I was initially just using the 8 kg after having progressed from the 4 kg. But I only do one set with the 12 kg because that is far more challenging for me. And then I go back to the 8 kg. And as I said, in terms of visible changes to my muscle tone, it's mostly been visible in my arms. And I feel like before I started my weight loss journeys, my arms had always been a part of my body that I struggled with, because I tended to hold a lot of fat in my arms, and I feel like that is just something that genetically is something that we deal with in my family. If somebody is overweight, they tend to hold it in their arms. And also, as I started losing weight, the sort of bat wings, if you like, I could see that if I didn't incorporate weight training, then I could end up with a lot of loose skin under my arms. And obviously that was something that I wanted to try and avoid if I could. So I have found doing these bent over rows to be really, really helpful in conditioning my arms. I feel like my arms look so much more toned. I can actually flex and see the muscle in my arms. My children are always laughing because I'm always saying, look at my muscle, look at my muscle. I feel really, really accomplished in having been able to see such changes. And that's even with just doing this weight training 2 days a week. And I really feel like if you are thinking of incorporating weight training, you should really choose the amount of weight training that you feel is sustainable. I feel like it's really more important to, even if it's just 1 day a week that you're going to do it, if it's 1 day a week that you're able to do consistently, that is so much better than trying to do multiple days and not being able to be consistent with it. So I feel like within my lifestyle and the way that I want to sort of carry on my journey, the 2 days a week fits me, and that is what I feel happy with and what makes me excited when I'm coming up to each session. So for now, that is what I'm going to continue to do. So once I finish my bent over rows, I then move on to this floor exercise. To be honest, I don't even know the name of it. I just know that it challenges my balance and it challenges my abs, my flexibility, and my arm strength. And so I do these as well, and I feel like definitely when it comes to my balance, they have been helping. This move has been helping my balance and my core strength. And then I move on to another floor exercise, which is a chest press with dumbbells. And again, I use the 12 kg for the first set, which I find extremely, extremely challenging. And then I will go to the 8 kg, which is not as challenging, but is still pushing my muscles. I could obviously talk about the weight training in more technical terms, talking about the fact that what I'm really seeking is muscle growth. And obviously, it's not obvious. When you're seeking muscle growth, you need to make sure that you are working towards progressive overload, which essentially is that you consistently are either upping your weight because you're getting stronger, or you are increasing your reps and sets for the same reason, because you're getting stronger. I have found over the course of time that I know that what I'm doing is working because I see myself getting stronger. I know that a weight such as the 8 kg weight was light, was very heavy when I first started using it. But after some months of doing the weight training consistently, it then became much more manageable. And so I increased the weight to 12 kg. And so now I'm in that period of time where the 12 kg is very challenging. But I'm sure that as I keep moving forward, then that will become more manageable. So I'll either have to choose to increase the weight or to increase my reps. So, if you want to get more technical about it, of course, I would suggest that you do some research in terms of progressive overload, building lean muscle mass, but that is it in a sort of very simplistic form. So after I've finished this next move, I then move on to these glute bridges, and this is the last exercise. I'm normally so grateful to reach this stage, and I really have to speak to myself to still put as much effort into these movements as I possibly can. I really feel like it is a matter of all parts of your weight loss journey have some level of building your mental strength. And I know that I will only get as much out of the weight training as what I decide to put in. So I try to bring my best effort level to each session. And I feel like because I've chosen an amount of sessions per week that I feel is manageable for me, that I'm more able to do that. But I always feel energized. I always feel accomplished after I've finished my weight training session. And it always makes me feel like I'm really making good progress and that, I have done something good for my body. So I just wanted to share this element of my weight loss journey with you. I mean, throughout the video, you've been able to see what type of movements I'm doing, and you can see from my previous videos, how that has impacted my body in terms of how my body is looking. And, as I say, first and foremost is definitely nutrition, but there's so many benefits to walking, there's so many benefits to weight training, and if you go ahead and do your research, I'm sure that that will encourage you if you want to try and incorporate any of these things into your weight loss journey. So yeah, I'm going to leave you with that. As I say, thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section. If you got anything useful out of this video, please give me a like. And if you want to hear from me on more videos, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next one.